Hello CMA Inter students, welcome to our channel CMA Simplified, your shortcut to the longest course. Your waiting is over. I am here with operations management one day before exam revision class. So this revision class I am going to revise entire important chapters from operations management, and this class is not for the people who is studying or reading the operations management first time, for the people who already completed their syllabus and those persons who are revising the operations management. For those only these revision classes will be helpful, and in this revision classes I am going to cover 70 to 80% of the syllabus, and the two only important chapters. So without any delay I am going to start our first most important chapter and most important concept, assignment. Without the problem from the assignment, the paper won't appear. What is assignment? Assignment is nothing but rendering jobs to the persons based on their abilities as well as skills. So assignment follow one principle: right job to the right person. So the objective of assignment is to either maximize the profit, revenue or sales, or minimize the cost, time, distance. So in assignment, m number of jobs are assigned to n number of persons. So it is always not necessary that m is equals to n. If m is equals to n, that means number of rows is equals to number of columns, then the problem is said to be balanced. Otherwise the problem is said to be unbalanced. We need to balance it by adding one dummy row or column. Assignment should always be on one-to-one basis. That means two jobs cannot be assigned to one person and two persons cannot be assigned to same job. So for solving the assignment problem, we have four methods: enumeration method, or nothing but trial and error method, simplex method, transportation method, Hungarian method. In our syllabus we have only Hungarian method. So for solving assignment through Hungarian method, we have to solve 7 steps. First, convert into loss matrix, balance the problem, row operation, column operation, optimal detect, improved matrix, give the optimum solution. So while doing the problem, I will explain each and every step. First, see the question number 1. Solve the following assignment problem to maximize production. Here, what is the problem? Maximize. If in the data or if in the question they will say profits or revenues or number of production, number of units, like that, the problem is maximization problem. That means our objective is to maximize the profits or maximize the sales or maximize the sales revenue. So here we need to maximize the production. Now, how many missions are there? A, B, C, D. How many operators are there? 5. Now first what we need to do, first convert this matrix into loss matrix before, because here they given production. Now how to convert into profit matrix? Take the highest number from the matrix and deduct all numbers from that highest number. So you will get 11 minus 10, that is 1. 11 minus 5, 6. 11 minus 7, 4. 11 minus 8, 3. Next, 11 minus 10, 11 minus 11, 0. 11 minus 4, 7. 11 minus 9, 2. 1, 3, 7, 2, 4. Next, 4, 6, 5, 7, 3, 2, 4, 6. So this is loss matrix. Next, what is next? If problem is unbalanced, we need to do balance. So here number of columns is 4 and number of rows are 5. We need to balance the problem. So add one dummy column. Balance the problem. Now 1, 6, 4, 3, 0, 0, 3, 4, 3, 7, 7, 6, 2, 2, 2, 5, 4, 3, 1, 4, 7, 6, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So in assignment, always number of rows is equals to number of columns. Must be equals to number of columns. In assignment, always number of rows must be equals to number of columns. Here number of rows are 5, number of columns is also 5. Next, row operation. Row operation. First, how to perform row operation? Select the lowest number from each row and deduct it from all other numbers from that particular row. So what is the lowest number? 0. So if you perform row operation, the same will be appear again, because in all rows 0 will be 0 is there. Next, 1 6 4 3 0 0 7 2 1 0 3 7 2 4 0 4 6 5 7 0 3 2 4 6 0. Next, column operation. How to perform column operation? Select the lowest number from each column and deduct it from all other numbers. So what is the lowest number? 0. 1 0 3 4 3. Next, what is the lowest number? 2. That means 4 5 5 4 0. Next lowest number 0. Sorry, next lowest number 2. 2 0 0 3 2. Next lowest number 1. 3 sorry 2 0 3 6 5 0 0 0 0 0. After completion of column operation, we need to do optimality test. So how to perform optimality test? So number of rows or columns must be equals to number of allocations. That is the optimality test. Before that, we need to select the number of allocations. So for that, we need to draw number of lines horizontally or vertically to cover all the zeros. So for performing optimality test, we need to draw the lines horizontally or vertically. So the lines must be minimum to cover all zeros. Lines always must be minimum as possible as minimum. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see here, number of lines is 1, 2, 3, 4. So to say the problem is optimal, to say the problem is optimum, the lines must be equal to number of rows or columns. Here lines is not equals to number of rows or columns. So the problem is not optimal. We need to do what we need to do? Improved matrix. How to perform improved matrix? Select the lowest unallocated cell or lowest unallocated element, deduct it from all other unallocated elements and add it to the at intersection point. Add at intersection point. Do not touch this allocated elements by lines. So select the lowest uncovered element by lines, deduct it from all other unallocated or uncovered elements and add at intersection point. Do not touch this allocated cells by lines. So that is 0 4 1 1 0 0 6 0 0 0. Next 3 6 0 3 1. Sorry, here also 1. Next 4 3 4 2 5 0, next 2 0 1 4 0. So after performing improved matrix, again you need to do optimality test. So how to perform optimality test? Number of lines must be equals to number of rows or columns. First we need to draw lines. So the lines must be drawn horizontally or vertically but not diagonally. The lines must cover all the zeros and the lines must be possible minimum. One, 1, 2, next 3, 4, 5. Here lines are here lines are 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the problem is number of lines equals to number of rows or columns. So problem is optimal. Now you need to select the zeros. How to select zeros? Select the column or row containing single zero. If you see in this particular column here only one single zero is there, so select this and cancel corresponding zeros in that particular line. Next, if you see here single zero is there, next cancel it. Next, if you see here in this particular row single zero is there, select it. Next, if you see in this row here in this column single zero is there, next cancel it, cancel this. That means operator 1 is assigned to mission A, 1 is assigned to A, 2 is assigned to D, 3 is assigned to C, 4 is assigned to D1, that is dummy, 5 is assigned to B. Now 1A, so 1 is assigned to A, that means 10, 2 is assigned to D, that means 10, C 9, 0, 9, total 38 units. Here data is units only na. So how many units you will get? 38 units. If you do the assignment like this, that means first operator is assigned to A, second operator is assigned to D, third operator is assigned to C, fourth operator is assigned to D dummy, and fifth operator is assigned to B. Then you will get maximum production, that is 38 units. That means operator 1 is not operator 4 is not assigned to any job. Next question. SDR Limited produces 4 products. There are 4 operators who are capable of producing any of these products. The processing time varies from operator to operator. So we have 4 operators and we have 4 products. So each operator can produce any particular product, but only difference is the processing time will be vary from one operator to another operator. The firm records 8 hours a day and allow 30 minutes for lunch. The processing time in minutes and the profit for each of the products are given. So now the firm has how many hours? 8 hours, out of which 30 minutes are lunch break. That means what is the productivity hours? 7.5 hours. For 7.5 hours we will do production. Now if you produce W, you will get a profit of 40. If you produce X, you will get a profit of 30. If you produce Y, you will get a profit of 25. If you produce Z, you will get a profit of 20. Now if A produces W, he will produce in 15 minutes. If B produces W, he will produce in 10 minutes. If C produces W, he will produce in 25. D produces, he produces in 15. That means always we need to reduce processing time. That means the data given is cost matrix or loss matrix, cost matrix or profit matrix, cost matrix. No need to convert into profit matrix. And is the problem is balanced or unbalanced? Here operators are 4, products is also 4. The problem is said to be balanced problem. We can directly perform Vishnana We can directly perform row operation first. Row operation. Now, what is the lowest number? 6. 15 minus 6, that is 9. 9 minus 6, 3. 10 minus 6, 4. 6 minus 6, 0. Next 10 minus 6, 4. 6 minus 6, 0. 9 minus 6, 3. 6 minus 6, 0. Next lowest number 9. So 25 minus 9, that is 16. 15 minus 9, 6. 15 minus 9, 6. 9 minus 9, 0. Next 6, 0, 1, 1. Next column operation. Now column operation. So what is the lowest number in first column? 6. That means 9 minus 6, 3. Sorry, what is the lowest number? 4. That is 9 minus 4, 4, 5, 0, 12, 2. Next 3, 0, 6, 0. Next lowest number 4. 3, 2, 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Next we have to do optimality test. Before doing the optimal test, we need to draw lines. The lines must cover all zeros and the lines must be possible minimum. 1, 2, 3. Here lines are only 1, 2, 3. The problem is said to be not optimal because number of lines are is not equals to number of rows or columns. Next, improved matrix. Select the lowest uncovered cell by lines and deduct it from all other uncovered elements and add at the intersection points. Do not touch covered elements by lines. Now 5 minus 3, 2. 3 minus 3, 0, 0, 0. Next 0, 0, 2, 3. Next 9, 3, 2, 0, 2, 0, 0, 4. Next. So again you need to draw lines. So here 1, next 2, next 3, 4. So here lines is 1, 2, 3, 4 and number of rows or columns is also 4. The problem is optimal. You need to select zeros. So here single zero is there. So you can cancel this and here also single zero is there. You can cancel this one. So you can, so now no single zeros is available. You can make arbitrary arrangements. So I will select this one and this one. That means operator A is equals to X. That means how many minutes? 9 minutes. B is equals to W. How many minutes? 10 minutes. Next C is equals to Y. How many? Sorry, not Y. Z. C is assigned to Z. How many minutes? 9. Next D is equals to sorry, A is assigned to Y, not X. How many minutes? 10 minutes. Next D is assigned to X. How many minutes? 9 minutes. A is assigned to Y, B is assigned to W, C is assigned to Z, that is 9 minutes, 9 minutes. Next D is assigned to X, that is 9 minutes. That so in total we have how many hours? 8 hours and 30 minutes is gone for lunch and we are left with 7 hours 30 minutes. That means how many minutes? So 450 minutes. So that means A, if A produces Y product Y in 10 minutes, in 450 minutes how many products he will produce? That is 45. If B produces W and in how many minutes? 10 minutes. We have 450 minutes. He will also produce 45. Now, if C produces Z product in 9 minutes, how many total products he will produce in 45 minutes? That means 450 divided by 9, that is 50. That means 50 50 units profit. What is the profit per unit? What is the profit for each unit? That is for a W, it is for W it is 40, for Y it is 25, for Z it is 20, for X it is 40. Now 50 into 40, that is 2000. Next 50 into 20, that is 1000. 45 into 40, 45 into 40, 1800. 45 into 25, 1125. 25, 1125, 1800. Plus 1800 plus 1000 plus 2000, 5925. So that means we get 5925 is our highest profit. Coming into next important topic, simulation. In every examination they are asking for 7 marks. So first of all, what is simulation? Simulation means copying or imitating the real life situation to understand and study it better without doing in real life. Simulation is nothing but imagination of a real life situation without doing it in real life. Why? Because in business we face complex problems where normal methods like your LLP, transportation, assignment won't work. In such cases, simulation help us to find the solution by trying or by using different alternatives. Way in simulation we try different alternatives without doing it in real life, just like rehearsal, like dance rehearsal. Before performing on the stage we are going to rehearsal the how we are going to do that particular dance performance. Like imagine like a flight simulator where pilots are used to practice flying without leaving the ground, because if you directly go through with the original flight, it may cause accidents or it may cost heavy to the company. So a flight simulator, it just behave like a real aeroplane, but it is just an toy or it is just a model. Next, why use simulation when real testing is risky and or expensive? That means if you are going to test in real, that is very risky or expensive. Like if you are an army man, if you are going to test real guns with the real men, so that will cause your death. Yes or no? That's why when problems are too complicated for regular methods, and when we need to make assumptions and test different scenarios, so we have different types of alternatives. We have to test each and every alternative, and we have to know the outcome of each and every alternative. So where for every alternative we won't it is not possible to test in real. That's why we use simulation. Simulation is just an rehearsal. It is nothing but a trial of real life situation without doing it in the real. Phases of simulation. First, define the problem. That means what we want to achieve. So whether you want to define about the future outcome, or whether you want to know about the future sales, or whether you want to know about the future weather forecast, what you want to know. So a bakery want to predict how many cakes it will sell daily. So now I am the bakery owner. Now I want to know about the how many cakes I am going to sell every day. Now, next, build a model that represents the system. That means you have to build one model. That means build a create a table showing the possible number of cakes sold in a day and their probabilities. Based on the past data, you need to prepare one table showing how many cakes are being sold in past with their probabilities. Experiment with the model to see different outcomes. Use random numbers and simulate sales for 200 days. Based on past 200 days data, we are going to simulate with the random numbers. Next, evaluate the results to make decisions based on the outcomes. Based on the results, we need to review and take the best decision. Analyze the data and decide how many cakes to bake daily. That means based on the results we will come into one decision that how many cakes are going to be baked daily. Next, we have lot of methods for doing simulation. One of those Monte Carlo simulation. In our syllabus also Monte Carlo simulation one method is given. So first, for doing Monte Carlo simulation we need random numbers and probabilities. So this type of simulation is used when we have random numbers and as well as uncertainty is involved. This is a special type of simulation where we use random numbers to model real life situation, especially when there is uncertainty or chances are involved. It is used when the system behaves randomly and past data and probability distributions are given. So whenever we have past probabilities and random numbers are given, we will use Monte Carlo simulation. Like based on the past 200 days data, we will predict next week or next 10 days cake sales. Based on the previous week data, we are going to predict the next 10 days weather forecast. Key point, simulation. Simulation is nothing but trying out a model or a experiment. So it is nothing, simulation is nothing but experiment of real life situation without doing it in real. It is not used for optimization. What is optimization? If it is a profit, you need to maximize the profit. If it is a cost, you need to minimize the cost. So it is not for optimization. That means simulation won't maximize or minimize the profits or cost, but it will tell you the future outcome. Based on the future outcomes, based on the alternatives, you need to select the best alternative. That's it. Monte Carlo simulation is used when the randomness and chances are you involved. So when the future outcome is not fixed and it is very variable and randomness we are uncertainty is involved, we use Monte Carlo simulation. So it is a model and random number generation. So it is nothing but it needs a model as well as random numbers. So first problem, Raj Automobile Limited manufactures around 150 scooters. The daily production varies from 146 to 154. Depending upon the availability of raw materials and other working conditions, the following data is given. So one of the scooter manufacturing company, they are producing around 150 scooters every day on an average. The production varies from 146 to 154. That means some days they are producing 146 and some days they are producing up to 154. Next, production per day given 146 with their probability 147 9%, 148 12%, 149 14%. Now the completed units of scooters are transported in specially arranged truck. So whatever produced, they are transported to the like godowns or retail selling stations through truck. So the space available in the truck is 150 for 150 scooters. The dispatch will be equal to opening stock plus daily production of 150 scooters. So any scooters left in the closing stock will be dispatched next day as a opening stock, whichever is less. Empty space are applicable only when the dispatch is less than 150 scooters. If in that particular day they are not going to dispatch, that means opening stock plus today's production is less than 150 scooters, then truck is going to be empty with some scooters. Next, assume that opening stock on day 1 is nil. Using the following random numbers, simulate for 15 days to find out average number of scooters waiting in the factory and average number of empty space in the truck. So what they ask, so first they asked about average number of scooters in the waiting in the factory. That means on an average how many scooters are waiting at the factory. So how to get, so first calculate the number of scooters waiting on overall 15 days. Next divide, so total it divided by 15, you will get the average. Next average number of empty space, that means how much empty space are, are there in the truck. First what we need to do, we need to calculate range. That means production probability, cumulative probability, range. What is the production? 146 to 154. 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154. Probability 4%, 9%, 12%. That means 0.04, 0.09, 0.12. Next 1411, 0.14, 0.11, 0.10, 0.20, 0.10, 0.20, 1208, 0.12, 0.08. Now cumulative probability. So how you will get cumulative probability? If you add one by one, you will get cumulative probability. That means 0.04 plus 0.09, 0.04 plus 0.05, 0.13, 0.25, 0.39, 0.60, 0.70, 0.80, 0.92, 100. Next range. Here 0.04 means 4%. So range will start from 0 to end from n3, where it will end n. So here it is 4%. The range will end at 3 only. Now it will start from 4 to here it is 13, 12, 13 to 24, 25 to 38, 39 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, 80 to 91, 92 to 99. Why? Because so always random numbers are up to 99 only. The random numbers are from 0 to 99. Next, random number, production, opening, closing, empty. Now, what are the random numbers available to us? 80, 81, 76, 75. Next, 243, 0, 02, 43, 03, 26, 10, 03, 26, 10. Next, 12, 65, 68, 12, 65, 68. Next, 69, 61, 67, 69, 61, 67. Next, production. So what is the random number? 80. 80 lies between 80 and 91. That is production is 153. Now today we produced how many? 153. Is there any opening stock? So assume that the opening stock on day 1 is nil. So now we produce 153. What is the space available in truck? 150. Now There is no opening stock. How many are going to be in closing? 3. That means we transported or we shipped how many? 150, and we left with 3 scooters. So there is no empty space. Next, 81. It is also 153. So opening is 3. So closing is, now we have opening, yesterday's closing stock is today's opening stock. We have 3 in the opening and we produce 153. Now total become 156 and we transported 150. We are left with 6. Next, 76. That means 152. 152 plus 6, that is 158, minus 158. Next, 152, 8, 10. Next, 02. That means 146. 146 plus 10, that is 156 minus 156. Next, 43. 43 lies between 39 and 59, that is 150. 150. 6. So we are left with 6. 03. That means 146. 146 plus 6, 152. So we transported 150. That means we left with 2. Next, 26. 26. That is, sorry, 26. 149. So 149 plus 2, that is 151, minus 1 minus 150, that is 1. Next, 10. 10 means 147. So here 147, we have an opening stock of 148, but we need to transport how many? 150. The truck space is 150, but we have only 148. So there is no closing stock, but the truck will go empty by 2 scooters. Next, 112. So here it is also 147. There is no opening. So as well as there is no closing, the truck will go by empty by how many? 3 scooters. Next, 65. 65 means 151. 151. There is no opening. 1 scooter. Next, 68. 151. Opening is 1, 2. Next, 69. 151. 151. 2, 3. Next, 61. 61. That means 151. 3, 4. 67. 151. 3, 4, that is 5. So now, how many, what is the empty space in total? That is 5. Here, closing stock, 3 plus 6, 9, 9 plus 8, 17, 27, 33, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 48, 48 plus 62, sorry, 52, 52 plus 5, 57. So in total 57 scooters are waiting, and there is a space for 5 scooters on in total. So now average average scooters waiting, that is equals to 57 divided by 15. 57 divided by 15. 3.8. 3.8. Average empty space, that is equals to 5 divided by 15. 5 divided by 15. 0.33. 0.333. Next question. A small retailer has studied the weekly receipts and payments over the past 200 weeks and has developed the following set of information. So one of the retailer has studied the data for past 200 weeks and given with weekly receipts and their probability, weekly payments and their probability. Using the following set of random numbers, simulate the weekly pattern of receipts. First we need to simulate weekly pattern of receipts as well as payment for 12 weeks using the random numbers. Assuming further that being beginning opening balance is 8,000. That means that retailer has 8,000 opening balance in his bank account. Next, what is the estimated balance at the end of the 12 weeks period? After completion of 12 weeks, what is the estimated bank balance and what is the highest weekly balance during the quarter and what is the average weekly balance for the quarter? So what we need to calculate first, after 12 weeks, what is the bank balance and what is the highest weekly balance for among these 12 weeks, as well as what is the average weekly balance for the quarter. So how you will get average weekly balance? Total weekly balance divided by number of weeks, that is 12. Now range, first we need to calculate range. My receipts, probability, cumulative probability, range. Next, payments, probability, cumulative probability, range. First receipts, 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, 12,000. 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, 12,000. What is probability? 20%, 30%, 40%, 10%. 20%, that is 0.0220, 30%, 40%, 10%. Cumulative probability 20, 0.20, 0.50, 0.90, 100. So range, here it is 20%. The range will end at 19. 0 to 19, 20 to 49, 50 to 89, 90 to 99. Why? Because so always random numbers will end at 99 only. Next, payments for 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000. Probability 0.20, 0.30, 0.40, 0.20, 0.10. Cumulative probability 0.30, 0.70, 0.90, 100. Range 0 to 29, 30 to 70, 69, 70 to 89, 90 to 99. Why? Because we have random numbers only up to 99. Now, first random number opening balance, receipts, payments, closing. First, here random number. First random number for receipts 03, 91, 38, 38, 55, 17, 46, 32, 43, 46, 32, 43, 69, 72, 24, 22, 72, 24, 22. Next, for random number for payments 61, 96, 30, 32, 03, 30, 32, 03. Next, 88, 48, 28, 88, 48, 28. Next, 88, 18, 71, 88, 88, 18, 71, 18, 71, 99. Now, what is the opening balance? He given in the question 8,000. So 03. That means we have to see in receipts 03. For 3, what is the receipts? 3,000. That means we have 8,000 and we received 3,000. And what is the payment? 61. Random number is 61. So 61 means 30 to 69, that is 6,000. So closing balance is 5,000. We have 8,000, we received 3,000, we paid 6,000, we left with 5,000. Next, 91. 91 place between 90 and 99, that is 12,000. Opening balance is 5,000 and receipt is 12,000. Total we have 17,000. 96 payment, that is we paid 10,000, we left with 7,000. Next, 38. What is 38? That is 5,000. Sorry, 7,000 is opening and 5,000. Total 2,000. 13, 30. That means 6,000 is payment. We left with 6,000. Next, 55. 7,000. We received 7,000 and opening balance is 6,000. 6,000, 13,000, 32 minus 6,000. 7,000. Next, 17. We received 3,000. We received 3,000 and we paid 4,000. So total 10,000 minus 4,000, that is 6,000. Next, 46. 5,000. So opening balance is 6,000. We received 5,000. 88. We paid 8,000. So total 11,000 minus 8,000, that is 3,000. Next, 32. So 3,000. 32. That means we received 5,000. 48. We paid 6,000. So we left with 2,000. Next, opening is 2,000. 43 and we received 5,000. So total 7,028. That means we paid 4,000. Means we left with 3,000. So opening is 3,000. 69. That means we received 7,000. Total 7,000. 88. That means 8,000. We paid 8,000. So 10,000 minus 8,000, 2,000. Next, 72. We received 7,000. 2,000 plus 7,000. 18. We paid 4,000 with 5,000. Next, 24. That means here it is 5,000. 24 means 5,000. Total we have 10,000. 71. We paid 8,000. That means we left with 2,000. So 2,022. That means we received 5,000 and we paid 10,000. Means we have only 7,000. We paid 10,000. That means minus 3,000.
Now, so what he asked in the questions, first one, what is the estimated balance at the end of the 12 weeks? That is 3000. Next, what is the highest weekly balance during the quarter? Highest weekly balance, that is 7000 for second quarter and fourth week. What is the highest weekly balance during the quarter? That is second week and fourth week. What is the average balance after for the quarter? Average balance. So how to calculate average balance? 5000 plus 7000, 12,000, 18,000, 25,000, 30, 1,000, 34,000, 36,000, 39,000, 41,000, 46,000, 48,000 minus 3,000. That is 45,000. 45,000 divided by 12. 3,750. Now it is 45,000 in total. Now what he asked, first question. For first question, answer is 3 minus 3,000. For second question, answer is 7,000. That is second week and fourth week. Next, what he asked in third question, what is the average? Now third question, average weekly balance, that is total balance, total closing balance divided by number of weeks. That comes to 45,000 divided by 12, 3,007. This is the answer.
Coming
Okay.
into next important topic, that is demand forecasting. First of all, what is demand? Demand is nothing but an amount of product or service that customers are willing to buy. Willing to buy means they must be ready to buy, able to pay. They must be in a position to pay for that particular product at a specified price at a specified time. Then only an effective demand must be created. Demand is nothing but desire of the customer. Desire alone won't create the effective demand. There must be willingness to buy, able to pay, support at a specified price at a specified time. Then what about forecasting? Forecasting is nothing but predicting future. So what about demand forecasting? Demand forecasting is nothing but it is a process of predicting future demand. That means how much amount of sales are going to be done for next upcoming year or next upcoming week or next upcoming month using past data, surveys and statistical data. It will help for our business to plan production, inventory needs, staffing, etc. So why we need to do demand forecasting? First, demand forecasting will help us in production planning. That means how much amount of goods we need to produce. Inventory control. That means how much of stock we need to order, how much of stock of raw materials we need to hold. Manpower planning. That means how much amount of labor we need to hire, how much amount of machine hours we need to make as a capacity. Next, budgeting, how much money will be required. Customer satisfaction, that means for how many customers we are providing the goods, for how many customers we are not providing the goods. For doing forecasting we need some information, nothing but statistical data or past data. So the data may be available in two types. One is structured data, another one is unstructured data. Structured data is nothing but ready-made data. We can directly use for demand forecasting. What about unstructured data? It is not ready-made data. It is a raw data and you have to prepare it as you want, as you like for using in the demand forecasting process. Next, range of forecasting. So the range of forecasting is three types. One is short range forecasting, another one is medium range forecasting, another one is long range forecasting. Short range forecasting is done for 3 to 6 months, and medium range forecasting is done from 3 months to 2 years, and long range forecasting is done from 1 year to 10 years. So that short range forecasting is products with shorter life cycle such as smartphones, and long range for medium range forecasting is done for consumer durable products like paste, soaps, shampoos. For this, we will do medium range forecasting. Long range forecasting is done for standard products like rice, atta, sugar. Process of forecasting. So, what are the steps involved in forecasting? First one is set objective. That means for what purpose you are doing forecasting, whether to know about the sales, or whether to know about the manpower requirement, or whether to know about the capital or capacity requirement. Example, Reliance wants to know about the GeoSIM activations for the next quarter. Next, select the time frame, whether you want to do forecasting for short term or medium term or long term. Next, choose method, whether you are going to forecast through quantitative methods or through qualitative methods. Next, collect data. So, based on the requirement, collect the raw and structured as well as unstructured data, both from internal markets as well as from external markets. Next, forecast demand. By applying these all steps, forecast the demand. Next, after getting the results, monitor and revise. That means compare the forecasted demand with actual data regularly and adjust. So what you need to do after getting the forecasted data, you have to compare it with the actual data regularly, and if any deviations found, you need to adjust it. For doing demand forecasting, we have two methods. One is qualitative method, another one is quantitative method. First, qualitative method. When we have, when we don't have historical data and we don't have any statistical data available, we will use qualitative method. In that first one is survey of buyer intention or user expectation method. In this method, we in this method, it involves directly asking customers about the future purchase intentions. Salesforce forecast is based on their responses. That means we will go directly to the customer and ask the customers about their future purchase intentions, as well as what type of product they needed, what type of characters they needed in the particular product. Next, collective opinion of Salesforce. Salesforce are the direct contact with the customers. They know about the customer expectations. So we take the opinion of the Salesforce. Next, group executive judgment. We call all executives and we conduct one meeting and we collect the opinion of the executives. Next, expert opinion. So some persons are there in the market, they know about the market conditions, as well as they know about how this particular product are going to be sale. If the particular product we are going to release with particular features as well as characteristics, so they will give the rating for that particular product. So we are going to take that particular expect opinion. Next, market test method. So generally all companies, what they will do, they will produce small quantity and they will give as a same samples to the customers, and they will collect the after using particular product, they will collect the data from customers about the product. Is it good or bad? Next, quantitative methods. So trend prediction, that means how sales are going. Is the sales are going upward year by year or downward? Next, casual regression, moving averages. Another one is simple average, another one is weighted average is also there, and another one is moving average. So moving average method means how much change is happening year by year, how much change is going to be happen. Here the difference is 50, here is also 50. So what they did here, simple average. Next, casual regression analysis. Demand is a function of various factors such as sales budget, price, promotional budget, technology, etc. So demand is going to change with the change in sales budget, price, promotional budget, technology, etc. So we can express demand function as d1 is equals to f of uh, f1 comma f2 comma f3 comma Here F1 is equals to sales budget, F2 is equals to price, F3 is equals to promotional budget, F4 is equals to technology, etc. Regression is a statistical method that helps us to understand and predict the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. What is here independent variable? Independent variable is F1, F2, F3, F4. And what is dependent variable? Demand is your dependent variable. Example, predicting salary based on the experience, predicting sales based on the price. So here dependent variable is sales, independent variable is price. So in regression analysis, what we are going to do is based on the independent data available, we will predict the dependent data. So for doing demand forecasting, we have least squares method. So on regression analysis, we have two equations. One is y on x and another one is x on y. So in least squares method, we use y on x. So least squares method. A trend of a company or industry sales is fixed with the help of the historical data. Based on the historical data, we can predict the sales are nothing but demand. So the study may shows that sometimes demand may increase, sometimes demand may decrease, but in general in long run the demand will go upward or downward. That means it cannot go both ways. The trend is called secular trend. Sales forecasts are made on the assumption that the same trend will be continue in future. That means what we make assumption that whatever trend is done in past, whatever trend is happened in past, the same trend will be happen in future. On that particular assumption, we are going to predict the demand. Now, calculation of trend. First, find the time deviations, find the sum of the deviations, that means summation x, squares of the deviation, that is nothing but summation x square. Next, find the sum of squares of each period. Next, multiply the time deviations with sales, that means summation xy. You will get the, and to find y is equals to a plus bx. To find a plus bx, you need to find some x, summation x square, summation xy. Value of a and b may be determined by either of the following two ways. So in least squares method, we have two methods. One is direct method, another one is indirect method. So when we use direct method, this method is applicable only when summation x is 0. So we use direct method when the data is given in years, that means in time series, and when it is possible to make summation x, when you calculate the deviations. So if summation x is equals to 0, then we can use direct method. To make summation x is equals to 0, it is necessary that time deviations must be calculated exactly from the mid of the series. To make x is equals to 0, the time deviations, that means the base value must be calculated from the exact middle point. Then values of a and b will be calculated as follows. So after, if x is equals to 0, then we can calculate a and b values. A is equals to average, b is equals to growth. That means on an average every year how many sales are going to happen. And b, what is the growth? That means by year how much amount of sales are increasing. Next, this method is simple and direct. We will do one problem now. Here it is year. Next, x, that is deviations. Next, y, that is your sales, x square xy. So whenever problem is given like this in years, so we use direct method. Now what is the years? 2014, 2016, 2018, 2020, 2022. Now how many years are there? 1 2 3 4 5. 5 years data is given. Now from middle number, that means this 2018 we are taking it as base year, that means 0.
So current year is 2018. Next, 2019 is not here. So 2019 is -1. 2020 is minus +2. 2022 is +4. So here 2017 is not here. So 2016 is -2. 2014 is -4. Now from 2018 to 2024 it is 4 years. So summation x is equals to 0. So make sure that this x must be 0. Summation x must be 0. Sir, what we need to do if this years is not in odd numbers, if this years is in even numbers, then take like this. For example, here 2024 is given, then take like this: -2, -4, -6, +2, +4, +6. But always make sure that the gap between these 2 years must be same for all deviations. Like if you do like this, then -2 +2. What is the gap between -2 +2? It is 4. So -1 +1, 3, 5, 3, 5. Now the gap between -5 and -3 is 2. -3 and -1 is also 2. -1 and +1 is 2. So always make sure that the gap between these all must be same. So here the gap is 2, 2, 2, 2. Next y 18, 21, 23, 27, 16. Next x square. This is deviation, and x square is squares of deviation. -4 into 4, 16, 4, 0, 16, sorry, 4, 16. Next x into y. X into y. 18 into 4. 18 into 4. 72. Not 72. -72. Next 21. -42. 0. Next plus 54. Next 16 into 4. 40. Sorry. 16 into 4. That is 64. Now what is the value of xy? -72 plus -72 minus 42 plus 54 plus 64. 4. That is 4. Xy is 4. Next x square. What is the value of x square? 16 plus 4, 20. 16 plus 4, 20. That is 40. Now to know about how to calculate demand as per least square method, that is y on x is equals to y is equals to a plus bx, where y is the demand, a is average, b is growth, next x is the year, that means deviation. Now a is equals to summation y divided by n, b is equals to summation xy divided by x square, summation xy divided by x square. Now A is equals to summation xy. What is summation y? 18 plus 21 plus 23 plus 27. 18 plus 21 plus 23 plus 27 plus 16. That is 105. 18 plus 21 plus 23 plus 27 plus 16. That is 105. 105 divided by n, that is 5. That comes to 21. That means on an average every year your sales is 21. And B is equals to summation xy, that is 4 divided by 10. Sorry, 4 divided by x square. What is x square? 40. 4 divided by 40. That means 0.01. That means every year your sales are increasing by 0.01. Now y is equals to a 21 plus b a plus bx, that is 0.1 into what is x, for which year he asked, for 2021. So here 2022 is fourth year, 2021 is third year, 2024, that is 23 is fifth year, 24 is sixth year. So 2026 is which year? Eighth year. Now per into x, this is the equation. Now for 2021 y is equals to 21 plus 0.1 into 3, that is 21.3. 21.3. Next, for 2024 y is equals to 21 plus 0.1 into 5, not 5, it is 6, then 21.6. Next, for 2026 y is equals to 21 plus 0.1 into 8, that is 21.8. So this is our direct method. So what we need to remember, this formula y is equals to a plus bx. On the direct method, a, how to calculate a? Summation x divided by n, summation y divided by n. How to calculate b? Summation xy divided by x square. What is a? Average. What is b? Growth. Next, indirect method. How to solve problem using indirect method? This method is somewhat difficult. This method can be applied in both ways, both cases where summation x has positive value or negative value. So whenever summation x is 0, we use direct method. Whenever summation x is not 0 but any positive value or any negative value, then we use indirect method, or x is not equals to 0. If x is not equals to 0, we use indirect method. If x is equals to 0, we use direct method. And whenever data is given in like this in years or in time series, we use direct method only. Now for calculating a and b value, so ultimately regression equation y on x is equals to y is equals to a plus bx. So to find a and b value, we have two methods, indirect method and indirect method. So in indirect method, to find a and b value, we need to solve these two equations, that is summation y is equals to na plus b summation x, summation xy is equals to a summation x plus b summation x square. By calculating the values of a and b in the above manner, sales can be forecasted by any future period by applying formula y is equals to a plus bx. So next question, that is, the following table gives age of the cars of Skoda make and its annual maintenance cost. Age of car 2 years, what is the annual maintenance cost? 10,000. Age of car 4 years, what is the annual maintenance cost? 20,000. Age of car 6 years, the annual maintenance cost is 25. Age of 8 years, annual maintenance cost is 30. So first
fit a linear regression equation y on x. Estimate maintenance cost of age of car of 10 years. What is the maintenance cost if car age is 10 years? Next, age of car in years for maintenance cost of 50,000. If the maintenance cost is 50,000, what will be the age of car? First, x, y, x square, xy. What is the formulas we have? Equations, that is summation y is equals to na plus b summation x, summation xy is equals to a summation x plus b summation x square. Now what we need? Summation x, summation x square, summation xy, summation y and n. Now x, what is x? 2, 4, 6, 8, y 10, 20, 25, 30, x square 4, 6, 16, 36, 64, summation xy, 20, 80, 150, 240. Now will come summation x is 20, summation y is 85, summation x square is 120, that is 490. Now this is equation 1, equation 2. By solving these two, what is summation y? That is 85 is equals to what number of items? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4a plus what is summation x? 20b, equation 1. Summation xy, that is 490 is equals to 20a plus 120b, equation 2. So to solve this equation, any one a or b must be equal. Now I am multiplying this equation with 5. So then it comes to 425 is equals to 20a plus 20b. Sorry, not 20b, it is 100b. 100b. Now 490 is equals to 20a plus 120b. These two are cancelled. Now how much? 65 is equals to 20b. b is equals to 65 divided by 20, 3.25. 3.25. Now substituting equation b value in equation 1. Now 85 is equals to 4a plus 20 into 3.25. Now 85 is equals to 4a plus 65. 4a is equals to 20. A is equals to 5. Now now regression equation. Regression equation y on x is equals to y is equals to 5 plus 3.25 x. Now for how many years he want to calculate? 10 years. Now x value is 10. Now y is equals to 5 plus 3.25 into 10, that is 5 plus 32.5, that comes to 37.5, nothing but 37,500.
for 10 years. Cost is equals to 37,500. Now, what he asked, if y is equals to, if y is equals to 50,000, that means the maintenance cost, that is y, maintenance cost, that is y is equals to how much? 50,000. What is x value? Now, y is equals to 50,000, then x is equals to 5 plus 3.25 into x. So y is equals to 50,000, nothing but 50. If y is equals to 50, then a is equals to 5 and b is equals to 3.25. X, you don't know x value, now you need to find x, that is 3.25. X is equals to 45. X is equals to 45 divided by 3.25. 45 divided by 3.25. 13.84. 13.846 years. So if maintenance cost is 50,000, then the car age would be 30.846 years. If car age is 10 years, then the maintenance cost will be 37,500.
Coming into next important chapter, project management. Every time they are asking one 7-mark question from this particular chapter. Mostly they are asking float only. So first of all, what is a project? Project is nothing but a set of activities must be performed in a sequential order to accomplish the given objective. So our objective may be complete the project within the time as well as complete the project with quality. Next, what are the characteristics of project? Project may be a customized and uniqueness, require time and resources divided into several activities. So first of all, project must be customized, it not be a ready-made one. Next, uniqueness, there must be a difference between one project and another project. Next, require time and resource, every activity and every project require some time as well as some amount of resources, and each and every project must be divided into several activities. So why project management is needed? It is a tool or technique in the hands of the management to satisfy the expectations of the stakeholders. So what are the expectations of stakeholders? First of all, who is stakeholders? Those persons who are interested in your business. It may be a customer, it may be employees, it may be your shareholders, it may be your debenture holders. Anyone come under stakeholders. Now, what are the expectations of stakeholders? So their expectations must be, first one, to complete the project within the specified time as well as to deliver the project with the quality. Now, objective of project management. So first objective is deliver the project within the time. So whatever time the customer is specified, you must complete the project within that particular time and deliver it to the customer, as well as satisfy the stakeholders from quality. So you have to give the particular project with quality. Next, examples: construction of residential quarters, new product launch, satellite mission development, construction of dams, bridges, as well as construction of ships. Next, for doing any type of problem in project management, first you need to draw network diagram. So what is a network diagram? Network diagram is a graphical presentation of all the activities in a sequential order. So in network diagram we have two things, one is activities, another one is events. So first of all, what is activities? Activities are represented by arrows in left to right direction, or upward or downward, but not right to left. So you can draw arrow from left to right or upwards or downwards, but not right to left. Activities must consume some time and resource. Every activity must consume some time as well as some resources. If an activity is not consuming any time or resources, the activity is known as dummy activity. The name of an activity is written above or below its arrow. So the name, whatever name you call for particular activity, it must be right above the line or below the arrow. Next, duration of activity written in brackets besides the name. So the duration of the activity must be written besides the brackets, besides the name in brackets. Next, length of the arrow of an activity has no relation to its duration. So for short duration, short line; for long duration, long line. Nothing needed like that. So you can draw short arrow for long duration, you can draw long arrow for short duration. Activities can be parallel and sequential. That means an activity can commence from single event, or activity can commence after completion of one activity. If an activity commences after completion of preceding activity, it is known as sequential activity. Every activity must start from an end to an event. So every activity must start with an event and end with an event. All preceding activities must be completed before succeeding activity is to be started. Before starting succeeding activity, make sure that all preceding activities are completed or not. Next, events or nodes. So events or nodes are denoted by circles. It is just an indicator of start and end of an activity. Next, types of events: start event and or tail event, end event or head event. All activities in the network diagram must commence from some event called tail event. So start event is known as tail event, end event is known as head event. All activities in the network diagram must has terminator point called head event. So if an activity the starting point of an activity is called tail event, the ending point of an activity is known as head event. Network analysis: first event and last event. In the network diagram, the first circle is first event, the last circle is last event. Start of the project, first event; end of the project, last event. There can be only one first and one last events. Merge event and burst event: if two or more activities joins at particular event or end at an particular event, it is known as merge event. So if two or more activities merges at one particular point, it is called merge event. If two or more activities commences from one particular event, it is known as burst event. Next, errors in the network diagram. First, general rule 1: all the events should numbered in such a manner that high number events would be towards right side, lower number events are in the vertical direction, upward or downward. If this rule is not followed, then there would be an error called looping error. So how to correct it? By correcting the event numbers or resizing the arrows. That means you have to be conscious while numbering the events. Always high number should be given to right side event only. Next, general rule 2: every event must have at least one activity entering into it and at least one activity leaving from it, except the first and last event. If this rule is not followed, then the error is called dangling error. Make sure that for every event there must be one activity entering into it and one activity exiting from it, except first and last event. You you can't leave one event like this, except first and last event. Now, so how to rectify dangling error? By joining the dangling activity to the last event. You can't leave one activity like this. If you are leaving this one activity like this is called dangling error. How to rectify it? You have to join it to the last
activity, like this. For example, if you are leaving one activity like this, so what you need to do, you need to join this to last event. Next, by joining dummy activity from the dangling event and joining to the last event. So by joining dummy, like this. Next, dummy activity is used to rectify the errors or link two or more activities in order to make the network diagram logical. To make network diagram logical, for that purpose only we use dummy activity, or to rectify the errors only we use dummy activity. It is shown by dotted arrows. Dummy does not consume any time or resource. Dummy activity, we mention dummy activity by dotted arrows, and for the purpose of rectifying the errors or to make network diagram logical, for that purpose only we use dummy activity. Unless don't use the dummy activities unnecessarily. Next, general rule 3. No two activities can have same head event and same tail event. If this rule is not followed, then the error is called duplicating error, like this. You can't draw two activities like this, same tail event and same head event. So how to rectify it? Yeah, so use one dummy event as well as dummy activity. So you can't draw directly like this. You have to go by ring rule. Next, general rule 4. When dummy activities are inserted in the network diagram unnecessarily, it is called redundancy error. You are not allowed to use dummy activities unnecessarily. So it is only used for the purpose of rectifying the errors or to make the network diagram logical. Next, what is critical path? Critical path is a path with the longest duration in the network diagram. This is the minimum time to complete the entire project. Before critical path time, you won't complete the project. It is shown in the network diagram by bolded or shaded arrows. It is the minimum time required to complete the project. All paths other than critical paths offer flexibility in scheduling and transferring resources since they take less time to complete the critical path. Other than critical path, the other paths has some flexibility to in the scheduling. They can start after some time or they can finish before some time, and they have flexibility to transfer resources from one activity to another activity. But in critical path, you, you can't do that thing because there is that flexibility is not available in the critical path. The activities on the critical path called critical activities. Whatever activities are there in the critical path, those activities are known as critical activities. What is minimum project duration? Minimum project duration is your critical path duration. Next, coming into our most important topic. Every time they are asking float only in the examination. What is float? Float is the amount of time the activity can be delayed without impacting the overall project completion. So float is nothing but delay of an activity without impacting its overall project duration. The objective of calculating float is to efficiently schedule the project activities and utilize the resources in optimum manner. Unnecessarily, we shouldn't manage the resources at high cost. So the objective of float is to manage the resources at optimum manner. Unnecessarily, we can't use the resources at a high cost. Non-critical activities have some flexibility. They can be delayed for some time without affecting the project duration. The flexibility is called slack for the event and float for activities. Uh, what is critical activities? The activities which are on the critical path. What is non-critical activities? Other than critical activities, all are non-critical activities. They have some flexibility to they can be delayed for some time without affecting the project duration. They won't affect any project duration. This flexibility is called slack for the events and float for the activities. How to complete float? So if you want to compute float, if you want to complete the delay time, you need to find out E and L for the events and EST, LFT, EFT, LST for activities in the network diagram. First, what is E and EST? It is not possible to start any work from a particular event earlier than particular time. That particular time will be known as E for the event and EST for the activity. So it is nothing but how early an activity can be started is nothing but earliest start time, or nothing but E for the event, early start time for the event, earliest start time for the EST for the activity. So how to calculate earliest start time? Earliest allowable occurrence time of tail event of that activity is equals to E of tail event. E of tail event is EST of for EST for activity. So first you need to calculate E, then you can get EST for activity. While doing the problem, I will explain it clearly. Now, how to compute E and EST? Earliest start time is denoted by E. For first event, E is 0. For next event, identify all leading paths towards the event and select the path having maximum period of time. So what you need to do for calculating E for all the events, just calculate the E for first event, that is nothing but 0. So add it to next event and take highest number. Trick. For calculating E, you need to go forward and you have to add duration and you have to take highest number. Next, earliest finish time is equals to earliest start time plus duration. Next, L and LFT. L means all works relating to an activity should be completed from beginning up to a particular event within a maximum period of time to avoid delay of the project. Such maximum period of time is known as L for the event and LST for the activity. Nothing but latest allowable occurrence time of an head event. That means one activity must be completed within particular time without delaying the project. That deadline is known as LFT, latest finish time. So how to calculate L? So L is nothing but how to calculate LFT? L of head event is LFT for the activity. So if you calculate L for each and every activity, the head event L is known as LFT for the activity. How to compute L? Latest finishing time is denoted by L. For last event, L is equals to E, and for preceding events, identify the all leading paths in reverse direction and select the path having minimum period of time. That minimum period of time is L for the event and LST for the activity. So you have for calculating L, you must come from reverse. So for last event, L is equals to E, and so you have to deduct the duration from last event. So you will get the next reverse order event L. To know the L of an activity, check L of its head event. To know L of an activity, check L of its head event. Trick. So for calculating L, you have to come from backward. So you have to less the duration and take lowest one. How to get LST? So LST is equals to LFT minus duration. Float of the path. It is applicable only for the non-critical activities. It is combined float of all activities on the path. So how to calculate float of the path? It is only applicable for non-critical paths because you can't delay critical path. If you are going to delay the critical path, so your project will also delayed. Next, it is the combined float of all activities on the particular path. Float of the path is equals to duration of critical path minus duration of non-critical path. How to get float of the path? Total duration of critical path minus total duration of non-critical path. You will get the float of the path. Next, slack of an event. It is the difference between latest event time and earliest event time. Slack is equals to L minus E and is derived by scheduling the computation L minus E of an event. Next, how to calculate slack? L minus E, you will get the slack. Next, total float of an activity.
Total float indicates the amount of time by which an activity can be delayed without causing any delay in the project duration. So how to calculate total float of an activity? So total float of an activity is nothing but an amount of delay without causing the delay in the project duration of an activity. It refers to the free time associated with the activity which can be used before, during or after the performance of an activity. It is applicable only for non-critical activities. So total float may be used before or after or during the performance of an activity. At any time you can use a total float. That is nothing but total float of an activity. For a critical activities, the float is 0. Why? Because if you are going to take any flexibility in critical path, it must delay entire project duration. Next, free float. Free float is the portion of total float. It is it is the time period by which if an activity is delayed, it will not delay start of an succeeding activity. That means free total float you can use before, after and during, but free float you can use only before and during. There is no after. That means you can delay the current activity, but the delay of current activity will not affect the succeeding activity start time. That means you can delay this activity, but this the delay that is caused in this particular activity must not affect the start time of an this particular activity. That is not, that is your free float. Free float is a portion of total float. It is the time period by which an activity delayed. It will not delay the start time of its succeeding activity. Free float is equals to EST of head event. Sorry, free float is equals to total float minus slack of head event. What is total float? How to calculate total float? Total float is equals to LFT minus LST minus EST or LFT minus EFT. You will get the total float. Now, independent float. It is the time period by which if an activity is delayed, it will either delay the start time of its succeeding activity or it will interfere with the completion of the preceding activity. So, how to calculate independent float? Free float minus slack of tail event. If independent float is negative, then take it as 0. If in any float calculation, if you get negative value, take it as 0. So what is independent float? It is the time period by which if an activity is delayed, it will neither delay the start time of succeeding activity nor interfere with the completion of preceding activity. So total float, it can interfere in succeeding activity or it can interfere in preceding activity. Free float, it will interfere in only preceding activity. It is not allowed to interfere in succeeding activity start time. But independent float you can only consisted, you can only restrict it to your time only. You are not allowed to interfere in preceding activity completion time and you are not allowed to interfere in succeeding activity start time. That means you can delay how much time you want in this particular activity, that means in current activity. So this delay will not interfere in completion time of this particular activity as well as start time of this particular activity. That means you are restricted to here only. But if it comes to total float, you can interfere in completion time of this preceding activity and you can interfere in start time of this succeeding activity. When it comes to free float, you can interfere in completion of this particular activity, but you are not allowed to interfere in succeeding activity start time. Now we will do one problem. First draw network diagram, that is one
1 2 2 2 2 1 2 2 2 2 3 2 2 4 2 2 5 3 2 5 4 2 5. Next 5 to 6 6 to 7. Next duration. What is the duration? 1 to 2 2 2 to 3 3 3 to 4 3 to 5 12 2 to 4 15 4 to 5 8 5 to 6 3. Next 6 to 7 12. 2 to 5 is also there. 2 to 5 3. This is A, this is B. Next C is 2 to 4, C. D is 2 to 5, E is 3 to 5, F is 4 to 5, G, H. Next, now calculate E and L. Hmm. How to calculate E? E is earliest start time of an event. So every event must start at 0 days. So while calculating, this is E, this is L. While calculating E, we have to go left to right, that is forward direction. We have to add the duration and take largest number. So 0 plus 2, that is 2. If you see here, how many paths are leading to this particular event? Only one path. 2 plus 3, that is 5. Next, how many events, how many activities are leading to this particular event? Only one, that is 2 plus 15, that is 17. Next, if you see here, how many activities are leading to it? 1 2 3. So here, from here, how much? Previously is 5. 5 plus 12, that is 17. Next, here how much? 2. 2 plus 3, that is 5. Next, how much here? 7. 7 plus 8, that is 25. Which is highest number? 25. Now take it as 25. So while calculating E, you have to go left to right, that is forward direction. You have to add and take highest number. Next, 25 plus 3, 28. 28 plus 12, 40. Now for first event and last event, E and L is same. 40. 40 minus, while calculating L, you have to come in reverse direction, that is right to left. You have to less the duration, less duration. You have to take smallest number. Now 40 minus 12, 28. Next, 28 minus 3, 25. Here, how many reverse paths are coming to 4? Only one. 25 minus 8, that is 17. 25 minus 12, that is 13. Next, here 2. How many activities are coming in reverse direction? 1 2 3. Here 13 minus 3, that is 10. Next, 25 minus 3, that is 22. 17 minus 15, that is 2. Whichever is lower, 2. Next 2 minus 2, 0. If you see here 0 0 2 2 17 17 25 25 28 29 40 40. For critical activities, the E and L, the critical path line E and L must be same. For critical path line, the E and L must be same. This is your critical path. This is your critical path. On critical path line, E and L will be same. Now, so what is our critical path? That is critical path is equals to 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. How many days? 40 days. Now, activities. What are the activities we have? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Next, duration. What is the duration? 2, 3, 15, 2, 3, 15, 3. Next, 12, 8, 3, 12. 12, 8, 3, 12. Now, what is EST? How to calculate EST? EST is nothing but E of tail event. For A, what is tail event? So for A, it is 1 to 2. For B, 2 to 3. C, 2 to 4. 2 to 5. 3 to 5. 4 to 5. Next, 5 to 6. 6 to 7. Now, so to know about EST, see tail event E. So here for A, what is tail event? 1. At 1, what is E? 0. So now EST is earliest start time 0. That means you can start activity A at 0 days. Next, B. For B, what is tail event? 2. At 2, what is the E? What is E? 2. Next, C. What is tail event? 2. So for 2, the E is 2. 2. Next, E. What is the tail event? For E, 3. At 3, E is 5. So EST means E of tail event. Next, for F, what is tail event? 4. For 4, what is E? 17. Next, 5. For 5, what is E? 25. 28. If you see, EST will stop at before the last event. That means it is start event. Nah. So EST means starting time. That's why it will stop at before last event. Next, EFT. How to calculate EFT? So you started one event, one activity, when it will stop, when it will be ended. So after completing its duration, that means you started at 9 o'clock from your home to college. So it will take 1 hour from your home to college. When you will reach your college at 10 o'clock, how you got that? You added 1 hour to 9 o'clock. Now how to get finish time? So you started at 0 days. After completing 2 days of work, that work will be finished. So 2. So how to get EFT? EST plus duration, you will get EFT. 5, 17, 5, 17, 25, 28, 40. So this is finish time now. That's why it will end at last event. Next. So don't go with LST first. Calculate LFT. What is LFT? Head event L. To know about LFT, see head event L. So for A, what is head event? 2. At 2, what is L? 2. For B, what is head event? 3. What is L at 3? 13. For 4, it is 17. For 5, it is 25. And again 5, 25. 25, 25, 25. Next, for 6, it is 28. For 7, it is 40. So it is also F na. That means finish time. So finish time always end at last event. Next. So you have to reach college by 10 p.m. 10 a.m. So it is 1 hour from your home. The distance will take 1 hour to travel from your home. At what time you will start? 9. How you got? So you deducted 1 hour from that 10 a.m. So same like you will get LST. To know LST, deduct duration from LFT. LFT minus duration you will get LST. So 2 minus 2, 0. 13 minus 3, 10. 17 minus 15, 2. 25 minus 3, 22. 25 minus 12, 13. 25 minus 8, that is uh, 17. Next, 25 minus 3, 20. 28 minus 3, 25. 40 minus 12, 28. So it is start time, it will stop at last before event. Now, what is total float? How to calculate total float? It is the difference between start time or finish time. So difference between finish time or start time, you will get total float. That means 0 minus 0, 0. 5 minus 10 minus 2, 8. 2 minus 2, 0. 22 minus 2, 20. 13 minus 5, 8. 17 minus 17, 0. 0, 0. So if you see, for critical activities, the float is always 0. So what is critical activities? 1 to 2. Next, 4 to 5, 0. Next, 6 to 7, 0. 2 to 4, 0. Next, 4 to 5, 0. Next, how to calculate free float? Free float, what is the formula for free float? Total float minus slack of head event. What is slack? Slack is nothing but difference between E and L. So it is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 for this 8, for only 3. Now total float minus slack of head event. So 0 minus 0, 0. Next, 0 minus 8 minus 8, 0. Because for 3 slack is 8. So what is head event? 4. At 4, 0. What is 5? At 5, the slack is 0. 20 minus 0, 20. 8 minus 0, 8, 0, 0, 0. What is independent float? Free float minus slack of tail event. So what is tail event here? 1. 1 minus 0, 0 minus 0, 0. Next, for 2, what is slack? 0, 0, 0. So 20 minus 0, 20. Next, 8 minus 0, 8 minus 8, that is 0. Next, 0, 0, 0. If you got negative values in any of the float, you can take it as 0. So this is the process to calculate float. So every time they are asking float only. So you must solve more than 2-3 problems before going to exam.
Next topic, PERT. PERT is more relevant for the projects where there is good measure of uncertainty in estimation of activity duration. Here we obtain three estimates for estimates of activity duration. PERT is useful when you don't have relevant information, when you don't have perfect information for measuring the exact time of an activity. At that particular time, you will have three time estimates. One is optimistic time, another one is pessimistic time, another one is most likely time. Optimistic time is nothing but minimum time, pessimistic time is nothing but maximum time, most likely time is nothing but average time. So using these three time estimates, you need to calculate expected time, that is nothing but estimated time, or it is nothing but your activity duration. How to calculate is TO, that is time of optimistic plus 4 into time of most likely plus TP. So minimum time plus 4 into average time plus maximum time divided by 6, you will get T. This is used for duration of an activity. Next, expected project time. What is expected project time? Your critical path is your expected project time. Next, standard deviation and variance. How to calculate standard deviation? TP minus TO divided by 6. Time of pessimistic minus time of optimistic divided by 6. You will get standard deviation. Next, variance of an activity. So what is it? Standard deviation of an activity. Next to variance of an activity. How to get variance of activity? So you have standard deviation. If you square standard deviation, you will get variance of an activity. Next, after that, you need to calculate variance of critical path. By adding the variance of all critical activities, you will get critical path, variance of critical path. Next, by square rooting the variance of critical path, you will get standard deviation of critical path. We have to calculate in this sequence only. First calculate T, time of expected time. Next calculate standard deviation of activity. Next calculate variance of activity. Next calculate variance of critical path. Then after calculate standard deviation of critical path. Next, to find probability of completion of project in the given time. Sometimes in the question they ask like this: the probability that project will be completed in 23 days. So what is the percentage that project will be completed in 23 weeks? In that, at that particular time, take this 23 weeks as px. So the time of completion of project for which probability is required is expressed as px, that is px is 23 days. To find the probability of given value of x, first find z value. So to get probability, first you need to find z value. After finding the z value, if you take that z value and if you see in the normal distribution curve, you will get the probability. So to get z value, so you need to use this formula, that is px minus time of critical path divided by standard deviation of critical path. You will get the z value. After getting z value, if you see this z value in normal distribution curve, we will get the percentage or probability of completion time. Now we will do one problem, that is coming into one question. Here pessimistic time, most likely time and optimistic time is also is given for the activities. What he asked: variance of each activity, okay, critical path and expected project length, okay, probability that project will be completed in 23 days. Now first you need to calculate T. What is T expected time? That is 3. How to get T? So TO plus 4TM plus TP divided by 6. Now 3, 6 and 24, 24 plus 12, 36 divided by 6. That is, here it is 4, here it is 6, here it is 6, 0, 4, 5. Now
What is the formula for SD? TP minus TO divided by 6. So 3 minus 3, 0 divided by 6, 0. Next, 6 divided by 6, 1. 4 divided by 6, 4 divided by 6, 0 0.667. 0 0.667. Next, 4 divided by 6, 0 0.667. 0 0.667. 0 0.133. 2 divided by 7. 2 divided by 6. 2 divided by 6. 333. Sorry. 0.333. Next, 261. Now, variance. So, what is variance? If you square standard deviation, you will get variance. 0, 1. Next, 1, 0 0.1111 into is equals to 0.3333 into equals to. Next, 0.66666, 0 0.4444, 0 0.444, 0 0.444, 0.444. Now, so you calculated T, you calculated SD, you calculated SD square of an activity. That thing, but you calculated estimated time, you calculated standard deviation of an activity, you calculated variance of an activity. Now you want variance, variance of critical path. Before that, you need to know what is critical activities. How to get variance of critical path? If you add variance of all critical activities, you will get variance of critical path. Now 1 to 2, 1 to 2, next 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 5, 4 to 6, 3 to 5, 4 to 6, 5 to 6, 6, 5 to 7, 6 to 7. Now 5 to 7, 6 to 7. Next, duration T, that is 3 days, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 6 days. Next, 4 days, 2 to 4, 3 to 5. How many days? 6 days, 4 to 6, 6 days, 5 to 6, 0. So 0 means it is dummy activity. Next, 6 to 7, 5 days, 5 to 7, 4 days. Now what is critical path? This will be your critical path. 3 plus 6 plus 6 plus 5. So 3 plus 6, 9, 9 plus 6, 15, 15 plus 5. That is your critical path, 20 days. So critical path duration. Critical path is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. That is 20 days. Now variance of CP is equals to, what is the variance for 1 to 2? 0 plus 0 plus, what is the variance for 2 to 3? It is 1 plus 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 0 0.4444 plus 5 to 6, 0 Next 6 to 7, that is 1. So total it comes to 2.444 variance. Now SD of CP, that is equals to 2.44444 5 sorry 2.44444 square root 1.5634 1.5634. Now for how many days he want? 23 days. Now Z is equals to 23 minus 20 divided by 1.5634. That comes to 3 divided by 1.5634. 3 divided by 1.56347, 1.9188, that is equals to 1.9188. This is your Z value. So for 1.9188, for 1.9188, so take it as 1.92. So for 1.92, what is the probability? 0.9726. So for Z value 1.9188, probability is 0.9726. That is nothing but 97.26%. That means in 23 days, your project will complete almost 97.26%. So you can also check it with your Z table, that is here. So what is the 1.9192, 1.92. So here this is 1.9, this is 1.9, 1.909192, that is 0.9726. So mostly in our examination they will give Z values like this only.